Welcome, everyone. It's wonderful to see you on this wonderful, beautiful Monday morning. In the United States, it's Easter Monday. That means it's a holiday from school, but I'm not really quite sure what else it means. And it's springtime here. And we are seeing a gorgeous, just blossoming of everything. And that's wonderful. And I would like to share just a little bit this morning. I'd like to talk just for a brief period of time about the process of coming into spring. My newsletter this month was about the element of wood and how the wood element, you've got five elements in Chinese five element medicine. You've got wood, which is the spring, fire, which is the summer, earth, which is the fall or late summer, metal or rock, which is the fall, late fall, and then water, which is the element of winter. So the element of spring is wood, and it has a quality in us that has us wanting to leap forward, like there's just like this energy just charging forward, almost like the very tender roots under the ground are pushing up through the soil and trying to make it to the sunlight. And so I think about the fact that right now we're all in a place where we're feeling, if you're in North America, and if you're in this time belt where things are actually springing forward, that you're feeling an urge to do, to get out and do. And I want to say, take a moment and rest back inside and feel what would really bring you the most pleasure. What would bring you the most pleasure right now? Rather than springing forward, sit back and contemplate what works for you, what helps you to feel fullest, and it also helps you to sit inside yourself and say, this is the direction I want to move into this spring. So your strategy is clear, and the energy that we naturally feel, that push that we feel, has meaning in front of it. It's pushing you from behind or from underneath, but is what you're doing what brings you joy? What is your soul's mission? What's yours to do? Now, I just happened to be having a wonderful conversation with Carol before we got on the air about the process of dating or getting to know new people. And the thing that works best is to figure out what brings you joy, go sit within it, and let others come to you. If you're constantly pouring yourself out energetically into other people, you will be constantly disappointed. So one of the pieces that we were discussing is how do we rest back? How do we really just sit back, feel what would feel good to you, do it, and let the world come to you as your mission rises up and you move forward. This does not mean, by the way, that you're stuck. It just means that you move with meaning. You move with purpose. And that's really important. So let's think about this morning as we do our grounding and filling, okay? So take a moment now, settle inside, get your feet on the floor. Let your eyes close, sink in. Yeah. Sink in. Yeah. Bring your curiosity on board, your openness to discovery. And as you drop in, notice what your shoulders feel like as you inhale and exhale. Yeah. Yeah. How does your chest feel this morning? What's the temperature? Your arms down into your hands, your belly. Feeling your sitting bones, resting on whatever's supporting you. Yeah. Down your legs, your knees, calves, shins. Yeah, good. Right on down into your feet. And actually, I have clogs on that I need to slip out of because it feels best with my feet resting right on the floor. You may be in shoes that are very comfortable, and that's fine. Yeah. And as you settle in, just simply noticing. What does it feel like to be you this morning as we begin? And then set your intention and your attention, take your attention, to drop down into the earth beneath us. Down into the earth beneath us. Making that safe, unconditional connection. However you do it best. Do you feel roots pushing down into this early spring soil? Do you feel a river or laser light? Whatever metaphor works for you, use it. Use it. Good, good. Letting yourself just sink in deeper and deeper in whatever way works for you today. Really listening. Listening to your insides. Feeling what kind of connection you want to make, how deeply you want it to go, how widely you want to let that connection spread out. Yeah. Good. Good. And then allow yourself to breathe in. Breathe in whatever would nourish and nurture your feet most today, whatever it would be. Letting your breath help your intention to fill with nourishing sensations. And letting your feet fill. And as you exhale, letting go of anything you no longer need. Noticing how your feet feel as they fill up with nourishing sensations. Are they warm or cool? Is there a sense of humming, pulsation, a wave? Does it feel like a particular color? Yeah. And if you're noticing it's going a little slowly this morning, ask yourself, did I turn my receiving buttons on? Did I really set my intention clearly to take in only what would nourish and nurture me? And then just allow the flow to soak in effortlessly. Good. And as your feet fill, allowing this flow of nourishing sensation to come on into your ankles, your shins, your calves. Again, noticing, what are my calves asking for this morning? And then right on into your knees. What do your knees want? Yeah. Good. Good. And rounding the corner, right on into your thighs. What would nourish and nurture your thighs this morning, in this moment? And listening. What are your thighs feeling like? What do they look like? What's the felt sense? Is there a hum or a wave? As they fill, only with nourishing and nurturing sensations. So that they're in the flow of life, in the flow. And rounding the curve into your pelvis. Asking here in the big, sturdy pelvic bowl, what would feel most nourishing and nurturing here? Here. Bones, your reproductive system, your digestive tract, the whole pelvic bowl, your sacrum and back, and all the vertebrae above it, starting to soak up what would nourish them most. Yeah. Yeah. And remember that when you come upon an area that's having a little harder time receiving this flow of nourishing sensation, you can very gently cradle it with your awareness. Let it know that you are aware of it, that it can receive whatever it's capable of right now. And then very gently let go. And let the flow move right on through as best it can. As best it can. So as your spine fills, the pelvic bowl fills, your midsection fills, let it move right on into your chest and your heart, your lungs, your ribs, back in your spine, up into your shoulders. Yeah. All the way down your arms and into your hands and fingers. Yeah. And as we breathe, letting this flow, it's coming in through the bottoms of your feet, filling your feet, continuing to fill your feet, your legs, your pelvis, your midsection, down into your hands, arms, and fingers. Let it flow right on up into your throat, to your cervical spine, to your face. Oh, letting your jaw be nourished and nurtured. Your TMJs, your mouth, your nose, your eyes, your ears. All of it. Yeah. What would nourish them most? Oftentimes, when I sit with this process, I get to my eyes. It's almost every time. If my eyes are closed, when I ask them what would nourish and nurture you most, I feel the sensation of them dropping back, like floating back and spreading out. It's a sense of, I can rest now. I can rest now. So notice. What are your eyes asking for? What happens in your eyes when you say, what would nourish and nurture you most, eyes? Yeah. Ears, nose, mouth, your jaw. Yeah. Allowing your whole cranium, all the brain matter, the neurons and the glial cells and the cerebral spinal fluid and the lymph and the blood flow and everything, all the way out to the bones and your skin of your scalp and your hair. Letting it all fill with this flow still coming in from the earth beneath you and flowing all the way through you, filling you up to the best of your capacity right now. To the best of your capacity. No judgment here. We're all doing the best we can. Yeah. Best you can with what you've got. Yeah. And as your brain fills, as your whole cranium fills up, letting this flow move right on out the crown of your head, showering down around you, bathing your skin in the energy field that runs through it and around it. Yeah. Good. Wonderful. So take a moment now. We've just taken 10 minutes and filled with what would nourish and nurture us most, each one of us doing that for ourselves. And now that your inner energy reservoir is as full as it can be in this morning, or afternoon or evening, wherever you are, take a moment and drop into your heart. And ask, what would nourish me most? What would inspire me most today? And then on into this week. What's mine to do? What's mine to do? And listen to your heart. You may get images. You may hear instructions. You may just have a felt sense of softening and relaxing, or you might have a felt sense of quickening, like, let's get up and do something. Whatever it is, whatever you feel, see, sense, hear, listen. The heart is a really deep informant for us, each one of us, It informs us of who we are and how we're feeling inside. Inside. Yeah. Yeah. And you may want to take just a few moments and write down what it is that the informing you're getting from your heart. Yeah. Good. Good. And while we're journaling, if you want to ask any questions, feel free to put them in the chat box. I'm working on it. I see someone is joining us from Romania, so it's probably about 4 in the afternoon for you. If people are in Hawaii, it's going to be the end of yesterday. Yeah. My mug kind of says it all. If you can do a close-up here. We were just close-up a moment ago. There we go. Feed your soul. You can kind of see it. Feed your soul. Feed your soul. That's what this week is about. Feeding your soul. And in some cases, that requires that you discover what it is that your soul desires, what's the push that the soul is asking you for to step into. Sometimes it's what we're most afraid of. Sometimes it's what we've been waiting to do all our life that we never quite stepped into yet for one reason or another. And now suddenly, got it. I'm going to step on out into it. Yeah. Yeah. I love that, Judith, you're saying, learning to love myself without judgment. Yeah, absolutely. That's the pivotal piece, isn't it? And I have to say that, if you think about principle 3 in healing from the core, we're meant to love all of ourselves, all of ourselves. So in every moment of every day, we're all learning the new areas of ourselves that maybe we haven't explored before, haven't stepped into, and learning to love them too. Love them as well. Yeah. Chris, you're thinking about building a deck, a platform to launch from. Fill in the cracks, remove the distractions. I love it. That's great. Thank you for sharing that with us. Yeah. And Madeline, you're in Asheville, feeding your soul, discovering, stepping into it, listening deeply. That's great. Lighting up my container with soul love. I love that. Yeah, yeah. That's what it's about, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, everyone. I am going to say adieu and let you go to your week, whatever's on your calendar for the week, and perhaps putting on the calendar some of the things you've written down in your journal that are your soul's journey. May you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next Monday.